Good morning, peeps. Monday, Jake, what the date is it? 29th?
30th.
The 30th of January. My butt's about this far off the floor. We killed it this weekend. We really went at it hard. So, as promised, this morning, we are going to use the gravity paints. We're going to be laying it down on the Moebius 65 Comet that we did a little showcase on. As I said before, I'm very pleased with this kit. Prep work was next to nothing. They really did their homework. That's one thing I love about the company. They throw out test shots. They take it to different modelers. What do you think? Suggestions and the critique is taken into consideration. And once they have it exactly the way it's supposed to be, the consumer gets it. Hats off to y'all. One thing that I will caution, and this isn't a hack, it's an observation. Although you should be doing it anyways, I learned through experience that there's a little bit of a maybe contaminant that comes on these due to the process, the molding process. Easily washed off, but you should scrub up the body and everything before you paint it. Now, first thing we're going to do today, we're going to lay down the primer. I'm going to take it, I'm going to throw it in the dehydrator for a while, and then I'm going to shoot the color. Now, being that I'm shooting light colors this morning, I made sure that the airbrush is clean. I'm going to scrub the body down, and then you know, we'll take it in the airbrush booth. I will be wearing a respirator, as will Jake. And just to give you a heads up as to what else is going on, we've gone over top of 400 and we're steadily climbing with subscriptions. I love the comments. I appreciate the kudos and the support. Believe me, it's greatly appreciated. Where are we? The 57 gasser project is well on its way. Actually, we're getting the body, it's just about finished. The floor pan, the frame, done. Interior, done. Then comes the fun part. Well, for me, I get to build the motor, detail that. That's going to take some time, and I'm probably going to have to duct tape Jake to the camera stand because he's going to be falling asleep. Because, like I said, it's going to take a while. If you're going to do it once, do it right. Got that? The next project, the work table to show table. I got everything all prepped. We're going to plow into that. We're going to get some paint on the parts, and then we start the detailing of that also. Some of the other projects, the 57 Chevy is about ready to have its final coats laid down on it. The double secret probation project will be in an upcoming segment. We'll be laying the pearls down over top of that. And there's some other projects once we go back. We'll be bare metal foiling the 57 Chevy. I'll show you the ins and the outs of that to make that look as pretty as what it's supposed to. We've got a lot of projects. As usual, if I were an octopus, I wouldn't have enough arms to grab all the irons in the fire, but hey, that's the way it rolls around here, and we'll deal with it. Alright, I'm going to wash this up, scrub it up with a toothbrush and some Dawn dish detergent, and I'm going to air dry it off with compressed air, and I'll meet you out in the paint booth in a couple minutes. I'll be back. Okay, everything's been washed, compressed aired, and no moisture left, no debris, no nothing. So this is what we've all been waiting for. I cleaned the jar, put the the paint in it, it's lacquer based. Given the consistency of it, I'm going to knock the pressure down lower than what I normally shoot at. I'm probably going to give it a shot at about 20 pounds. Just a little tidbit here. Anytime you're shooting the light colors, you want to use a white base, because the darker the base, the darker it's going to turn the color. A lot of guys run into that problem. You know, they pick a color and they think, oh, this is going to look fabulous. They use a dark primer underneath, they shoot the color over top of it, and they're not happy with it because it's about 3 or 4 shades darker than what they set it out to be. So, being that this is lacquer, you need to have a primer underneath of it, which I normally don't use, but got to follow the instructions. Got this on this morning too. And Jake will have to put his on too. Alright, come on over here and we'll get this ball rolling.
Sounds like freaking Sunday now, huh? Whoop. Okay. All right, ready? Yep. All right, ready,
Okay, we went on smooth as glass. Being that it's lacquer, just a suggestion, make sure you clean your gun out immediately because it'll dry in your gun that quick. I'm pleased with the way it went down. I'm going to throw it in the dehydrator. We'll see. Like I said, this is all an experiment. I want to know how this works. So I'm going to push it. I'm going to push the envelope on it. I played with it a little bit before. Now we're going to see exactly how it reacts, how quick you can get it. Now from what I've seen from, say, Nicky Sandone or Tommy Kren, who used this a lot more than I have, it seems that they're whipping out paint jobs left, right, front, and center. So what I want to do, I want to throw it in the dehydrator. Normally, I would just let it sit. I mean, there's no rush, there's no hurry. The reason I'm doing this is because this way, if anybody comes to me later and say they're doing a 24-hour build, they'll say, because what that is where you have 24 hours to start out with a brand new kit. It's called a build-off. You prep the kit right there, you shoot the paint right there, and you build the kit and you try to get it done within 24 hours. By doing this, I can honestly tell people, hey, can we use gravity paints for this? Yeah, you got a dehydrator, bang. So this is what I'm shooting for with this particular body. So I'm going to take it, throw it in the dehydrator, let it run for a while, and then we'll be back and we'll be laying down color in a little bit. I'll talk to you in a minute. Let this sit in the dehydrator for probably about a half hour. When I went to take the body off, immediately after I shot the primer on and went to take it in, it was dry, okay? But I always want to be sure, because if the primer is not completely dry, the paint's gonna cause it to pull. You need to let stuff flash out. Now, what I did with this is left it in the dehydrator for half an hour, as I said, pulled it, immediately sat down, a bowl of cold water with a little bit of Dawn dish detergent, used the micro mesh polishing cloths. I started at 3,200, made my way up to 12,000. I know that doesn't mesh with a lot of guys thinking, because it's like, what's the paint supposed to stick to? You'll see in segments on my channel where I kick the hell out of that myth. It's an old wives' tale. Smoother the surface to be painted, the smoother the finish. All right. By the way, I am really impressed with this primer. It had a little bit of a texture to it when I pulled it out of the dehydrator, but a little dab will do you with the sandpaper, and it is as smooth as glass. It's smoothed out like that. So I get done with that. I washed the body off with Dawn dish detergent under warm water, scrubbed it with a toothbrush, as I did the other with the hood and the two valance pieces. So now I'm going to shoot this and put it in the color. I upped the pressure a little bit. I'm up to around 28 pounds now. I wanted a little bit more push than what I was getting out of the when I primered it. Like I said, there's a learning curve to everything. This is the first time I've really started playing with this product. Thus far, I love it. And also, pressure, what type of gun you're using, that all plays into it. Now I'm using a Pache H with a number 5 head and needle assembly. It might be different for some of y'all that are using Iwatas or Badgers or Aztecs or whatever else that's out there on the market. It's time to throw some yellow. So, without further ado, on goes the mask.
Hi Jake, I'm Kenny from South Park. What the hell you mean? Ready?
Okay. Overall, very pleased. It laid down smooth, it'll flash. The one thing that I noticed, I'm getting a little ghosting from underneath. I'll have to shoot that with white, that'll knock that down. I'm gonna put this in the flashlight cabinet. We shot this is Monday. We're in primer, we're in color. I'm gonna set it in the dehydrator, let it dry, and I'm gonna let this sit. Okay, so this will be put into clear on Friday, and then again it'll be put in the dehydrator, and you'll get to look at this in a week's time. Overall, very pleased with the product. I really am. Now this will be all wet sanded too, but it goes on smooth, lays down nice. It's pre-mixed. This was 1 ounce. I burned through 1 ounce. I know there's a lot of guys that raise hell because they say I waste paint, but you do it your way, I'll do it mine. Mine speaks for itself. Once again, this is pretty much new territory for me. Not that I'm any stranger to lacquer, but I'm used to playing with the enamels, and like I said, there's a learning curve to everything. I'm a little bit of a bulldog, or a whole lot of about a bulldog, about learning how to do things. So eventually, somewhere down the road, there will be A to Z how I do lacquers. I got enough paint on there that I'll be able to wet sand it. I won't have to worry about burning through. Now I will caution you on something. Like I said, I love what Moebius has done, but given the nature of the beast, the way that the car was in 1-to-1, it had a lot of edges on it. Okay, so when you go to wet sand this, when you go to polish it, you're gonna have some areas that you really have to stay away from. I found it out. Like I said, it's all a learning curve. So just be aware that that's the situation you're going to run into, and I'm just giving you a little heads up and a little warning. So I will be back with you on this project on Friday morning. Till then, see you later.